29-year-old Nicole Marie Labor is behind bars and is accused of letting an infant in her care drown in a bathtub and then lying to investigators on how it happened. At around 7:40 a.m. on Saturday the 17th of June, authorities responded to Nicole's home at 1321 Everglades Boulevard South in Naples, Florida on reports of an unresponsive infant. When first responders arrived, they attempted life-saving measures on the baby, but was later pronounced dead. Nicole told deputies that she briefly left the infant inside the house unattended while she went to retrieve a dog and another child who were in their care after they went outside the front door. When she returned, she said she found the infant slumped over the floor, face down in the dog's water bowl. During the investigation, detectives learned that Nicole left the infant unattended in the bathtub while strapped to a booster seat. The infant drowned after the booster seat tipped over and trapped the child under a few inches of water. Nicole was accused of cleaning up the scene, dressing the child in a diaper and saying the baby drowned in the dog's water bowl. Nicole was arrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child and is held at the Collier County Jail. A man is behind bars for fatally shooting a man inside his home early Wednesday morning. At 12:07 a.m. on the 21st of June, authorities responded to a residence in the 1600 block of Eastway Drive in Dallas, North Carolina on reports of shots fired. When officers arrived at the scene, they went inside the premises and found 25-year-old Christopher Knox Weary with multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to the Caramont Regional Medical Center, where he died shortly thereafter. Officers arrested 24-year-old Nicholas Max Talent, who lived at the home in connection to the shooting. Authorities said that Christopher and a friend were at Nicholas's home. When Christopher was ready to go, he called his mother to pick him up. Sometime after that call, Nicholas fired 6 shots through his bedroom door. 3 of those shots fatally struck Christopher. The motive in the shooting is unclear. Nicholas is charged with second-degree murder and was being held at the Gaston County Jail, but was released after posting a $500,000 bond. The investigation into the matter continues. 28-year-old Tiana Johnson has been charged in connection to the death of a toddler early this year. At 7:15 a.m. on the 22nd of January, authorities responded to an apartment in the 700 block of Blue Street in Fayetteville, North Carolina, on reports of an unresponsive child. First responders entered the residence and attempted life-saving measures on the girl. However, the child was pronounced dead at the scene and her death was ruled a homicide. Authorities have not disclosed the events leading up to the girl's death. Police said that the child and Tiana were related, but did not specify their exact relationship. However, police said that Tiana lived in the same apartment complex. On Friday the 23rd of June, Tiana was arrested and charged with second-degree murder and felony child abuse and is held at the Cumberland County Detention Center. A couple were arrested on Friday the 23rd of June in connection to the death of their infant daughter last month. At 5:12 p.m. on the 31st of May, deputies responded to a home located near Interstate 75 and Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota County, Florida, in reference to the death of an 8-month-old child. The child had been found unresponsive and cold to touch and was transported to the doctor's hospital by the child's father, Nicholas Alexander, and a friend who drove him there. Deputies determined that the child had been in the care of Carissa Alexander, the child's mother, when the child was observed face down on the couch cushions inside the residence. Further investigation determined that the child had not been checked on from 10:30 a.m. to approximately 4:45 p.m, when Nicholas returned home from work later that day. The child had been dead for several hours, and it was confirmed that the child died from exposure to fentanyl. Nicholas and Chris were each charged with aggravated manslaughter of the child, and are being held without bond at the Sarasota Correctional Facility.